Hello everybody, how's it going? They finally fixed aim assist! Hello everybody, my name is Crazy Guitar Man, and today we're going to be going over the Spellbreak 1.1 patch. A lot of this 1.1 patch is just bug fixes and tweaks to things like aim assist, namely. But before we get into the patch notes, I'd like to say that I stream at twitch.tv/crazyguitarman23, where I'm currently live now as this video is releasing. That's where all the gameplay in the background that you're watching is from. You can follow my Twitter and Instagram at CJM_Jared. And we also have a Discord where I play Spellbreak with a bunch of people, as well as other games, so if you guys want to follow that, links in the description below. Anyway, on to the actual patch notes. Spellbreak's 1.1 update is finally here. This is our first post-release patch, and it's chock full of bug fixes and tweaks. Going forward, expect our patches to contain new content, gameplay, bug fixes, tweaks, and additions, but we wanted the focus of this one to be on stability and performance across all our platforms. You can read more about what's going on in the roadmap post here. I actually made a video on this, so if you guys want to check that out, you can see that in the description or just floating around somewhere. Moving on to gameplay. The lightning bolt's spell recovery animation can now be interrupted by casting a sorcery. I'm guessing this will make lightning feel a little bit more smooth to play, so then you could actually cast your sorceries whenever you feel like. I think that might have been causing an issue between a couple of our games. Sometimes sorceries just felt like they were casting, but not actually casting from what we could tell. Fix an edge case where reviving or exiling someone could be cancelled in order to get faster spell firing. I haven't seen this before, but I'm assuming that was just like, you know, hit F. Click, hit F, click, hit F, click, like just rapid fire constantly. Fix an issue that caused projectiles to sometimes not register damage even though they hit. This is so important because no regs suck. I actually just saw a clip of someone getting a no reg snipe and then they go for the second one and they just fracture right afterwards. Anyway, moving on to the cream of the crop, the aim assist. Smoothed out difference in aim assist strength between different frame rates. This results in more consistent behavior for all players and eliminates advantages that came from very high frame rate. This is the main issue with PC aim assist. Just because you get higher frames on PC compared to console, and it was such a big problem because it made it so much more stronger. Fix an exploit where aim assist could be much stronger than intended under certain combinations of distance to target and input sensitivity. This meant it was possible for players under certain circumstances to make their spells incredibly easy to hit. This was most clearly seen with the Lightning Gauntlet on PC. Now, I didn't know that distance and input sensitivity was a thing with this. I thought it was just pretty much any settings in any situation that aim assist was like incredibly strong, but that's probably still a good thing because I'm sure a lot of players figured that out. They also adjusted aim assist values for various console platforms. Aim assist now decreases over distance, big deal. And default dead zone setting on Switch is now 0%. This is generally what you want because dead zones are handled by the OS itself. I'm assuming that's more of just a quality of life thing more than anything, to be honest. Moving on to miscellaneous stuff, they enabled some extra anti-cheat mechanisms. I'm not sure how bad the anti-cheat stuff has been or good, to be honest. I haven't ran into any cheaters myself. I've heard of a couple things happening with some people, but it doesn't seem super prominent or anything. Game mode automatically swaps to squad after completing the tutorial. When a player accepts a party invitation while already in a match, they'll get a UI notification and they could choose to immediately join the lobby. That's pretty nice because there are far too many times where I'll just be in a match and one of my friends wants to play, and we're in Discord luckily so we can communicate it, but I just don't know that they've already sent the invite or anything, so that's definitely good for people who don't have Discord. Now for Windows fixes, fix a bug that would cause some players to hang on the initial title screen, fixed graphics settings that reset to Ultra in some cases despite the game reporting other values. I got that several times. Learned how to change my graphics from low to ultra to low again in a matter of seconds, but now I don't need that anymore. Fix a bug that would occasionally cause very long loading times when entering a match. Fix an issue where the mouse would not come back into focus if the player was using both a controller and mouse to navigate menus. Now for Switch, they fixed cases where players would sometimes get stuck with a black screen during a match, and that's kind of big. I heard that was specifically playing Pyromancer, if I remember right, so that's pretty good. Addressed an issue where players couldn't load into a lobby with enough time to properly select their drop portal. Switch Pro and third-party controllers no longer send multiple inputs for a single button press. Fixed a bug causing players to sometimes be unable to see disrupted players' orbs. Most of those issues with Switch seem like they were pretty game-breaking in some senses, so I'm glad that they're fixing those. It'll probably make the game a lot more easier to handle for those people. Now for PlayStation 4. Fixed an issue where lowest ping matchmaking region was sometimes not correctly identified, fixed a crash due to changing languages in the pre-match lobby, fixed a black screen caused by waking the console up after idling for an hour in rest mode. And for Xbox One, if an Xbox One player has crossplay disabled in their system settings, Spellbreak will now properly block all interaction with players on other platforms. Recent players in Spellbreak now populate the recent players list tied to your Xbox Live account. Now that one I'm a little confused about. I don't know if Xbox One actually has like a separate list within the game of Spellbreak and it was populating that as well, or if they just didn't have anything populating at all. Players set to friendly only in their communication settings will no longer have voice chat blocked for their Spellbreak friends. The ready button no longer grays out when joining a party through the Xbox shell. Fix a crash by returning to the game after pressing the home button mid-match. Okay, now for all platform bugs. Fix a netcode issue that resulted in other characters appearing to stutter/jitter or otherwise not update at a full frame rate. Note this also caused weird aiming offsets that were reported where it felt like her aim was off. Due to this, your muscle memory with different spells may be affected. So that sounds like it's definitely an overall fix. We'll have to get used to how our aim is after that, but at least people won't be just kind of teleporting around. Players should be able to interact with things after being interrupted while aiming a rune or sorcery. This is also a really big bug fix, because I remember the fix that I had learned is you have to use both your sorceries, use both your spells, tab in and out of the inventory, and alt tab in and out of the game. And doing all those should fix everything. But now, that's not even a thing anymore, so that's good. Players should no longer get stuck indefinitely on the reconnect screen after internet connectivity had been lost and restored. Fix the infinite loading screen when entering invalid account credentials on login. Fix missing hit sound effect when your damage is buffed. If the same Spellbreak account is used to log in to two machines at the same time, the most recent login will cause the early session to abort to prevent data corruption. I don't know if this will fix a couple of the issues that I've heard about where somebody will like log in on their friend's Xbox or something and then they just can't log into their account at home anymore, and other issues where accounts are getting locked in that sense. Hopefully that is the fix for that, but who knows. Controller vibration settings now correctly apply in game. Fixed issues where item ping indicators would not draw/update correctly. Added in translations for some previously untranslated text. Fixed a bug that would cause quests to disappear from the main menu when you're starting the game. Corrected adjective/noun order indicating rarity for Latin-based languages on the collection screen. Fixed Manivault animations getting out of sync with sound and timer. Fixed issue with Manivaults where its pieces would sometimes flicker as the player walked it. I'm assuming that's walked around it. Cleaned up some low resolution textures that could sometimes appear. Now I'm assuming that's when some things just wouldn't load in, quote unquote, and everything looked like it was just kind of made of melted ice cream, I like to say. Any/UI sound effect volume is now properly controlled by the associated volume slider. Fixed a crash caused by repeatedly pressing the confirm button on the squad loading screen. Fixed the instances of shadow popping around the map. Fixed the crash caused by viewing an item in the store while the rollover takes effect. Ice Lance should no longer randomly generate a massive ice bow. This has happened so many times, even during beta. I think it actually has gotten worse since release, because in beta, only some people would see the ice bow. During release, like, everybody sees it except for the user of the bow. I'm honestly gonna miss that, because now I have no reason to think about Dark Souls music while playing this game. Fixed a bug causing two players with random outfits equipped to mirror one another's outfits. You can tell Proletariat is a good company, because they put Spider-Man Twins meme.png here. Fixed the crash caused by repeatedly exiling yourself in the tutorial. Fixed some chests not being visible on the player's client. And last but not least, a whole bunch of more rare crashes have been fixed. Okay, well that seems to be the last of it. Hopefully 1.2 brings a lot more content with it, but I'm glad that all these bug fixes are coming in. I feel like aim assist being way too strong was probably one of the biggest downfalls of release, but to be honest, the game has been doing fantastic since release, and I think all of this stuff is just going to make it feel a lot smoother, feel a lot better, be a little bit less frustrating for the most part, other than those times where you're just trying to hit your fireball on the guy who's running away and you just fall straight into the fracture. God damn it. But in any case, that's it for the patch notes. Drop a like, subscribe, hit the notification bell if you like it. Drop me some comments if you want to talk about how these patch notes are affecting the game. You feel like all of these are good, feel like they should have added some more patch notes. What do you think about 1.2 releasing hopefully sometime soon-ish? Go check out my stream at twitch.tv/crazyguitarman23 where I should be live streaming as this video releases. Check out the Twitter and Instagram at CJ_Jared. Check out the Discord, all the links in the description below. And without further ado, I'll see you guys in the HoloLands.
Oh, got him.
Hey, fuck yeah, dude.
At like each season too.
Is it?
It's getting away.
Yeah. Like I'll notice that there are a lot more bot matches